On April 28, 1965, the Constitutionalists, led by Colonel Carmagno, succeeded in removing the triumvirate junta from power. The situation was dire and demanded immediate international attention. The escalating civil war caught the eye of the United States. Fearing the spread of communism and seeking to stabilize the region, the U.S. launched Operation Power Pack. They dispatched 42,000 troops to the Dominican Republic, hoping to broker peace between the warring factions. However, this intervention only served to further intensify the conflict. The stage was now set for a brutal conflict that would shape the future of the Dominican Republic. The seeds of unrest had grown into a full-blown civil war, drawing the attention of the world. To fully understand the conclusion of the Dominican Civil War, we must explore the dramatic intervention of the United States. How did American involvement change the course of the conflict? And what was life like for Dominicans caught in the crossfire?
Another call for help, now from the Dominican Republic, as rebel forces turn Santo Domingo into a battlefield. The Dominican government informs our ambassador that the safety of Americans and citizens of other nations can no longer be guaranteed. Again, prompt, decisive response. We landed sufficient forces into the city and deployed them to protect our citizens and those of other countries requesting protection. American civilians and other nationals requesting safe passage were transported to the airfield under military escort. In a still dangerous situation, we continue to deploy our protective troops along the city's streets. And then, as the Organization of American States designated a five-nation team to restore order, we began to withdraw our military forces. This assistance to the Dominican Republic extended far beyond military aid. It meant the distribution of food to the hungry. It also meant medical care to young and old alike, all part of our determined plan to aid the distressed, rescue the trapped, and speed assistance to independent nations seeking help.
The United States intervened in the Dominican Republic out of a fear of communism spreading, much like it had in Cuba. As the political unrest grew, U.S. diplomats began preparing to evacuate 3,500 American citizens. Early on April 27, 1965, 1,176 foreign civilians were airlifted from the Hotel Embajador to the naval facility at Bajos de Jaina. From there, they were evacuated to safety by helicopters and ships. It all began on April 24, 1965. Three junior officers, after being refused a meeting with President Donald Reed Cabral, detained the Chief of Staff and seized the Radio Santo Domingo building. This act sparked a revolution. The Constitutionalists, led by Colonel Francisco Carmagno, distributed weapons and called for nationwide rebellion. With law and order breaking down, rebels attacked the national police and laid siege to key locations. They overran Fortaleza Ozama, taking 700 prisoners. The city descended into chaos, prompting the arrival of American forces to restore order. On April 30, 1965, the 82nd Airborne Division landed at San Isidro Air Base, marking the start of Operation Power Pack. Within hours, more troops and heavy equipment followed, aiming to secure the capital and restore stability. The American troops faced fierce resistance. The Constitutionalists used machine guns and mortars against U.S. outposts. The fighting was intense, and both sides suffered heavy casualties. To trap the rebels and establish control, American forces moved to secure key bridges and create a safe corridor for supplies and communication. This strategy effectively separated the warring factions and paved the way for negotiations. On May 6, 1965, the Organization of American States established the Inter-American Peace Force, a multinational peacekeeping force to help stabilize the situation. This force included troops from Brazil, Paraguay, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, El Salvador, and Honduras. Despite efforts for peace, the fighting continued. On June 15, 1966, the Constitutionalists launched a final attack on U.S. outposts, resulting in the bloodiest battle of the intervention. Yet by September 21, 1966, after overseeing a peaceful transfer of power to Joaquin Balaguer, the last American forces withdrew. The first post-war elections were held on July 1, 1966. Joaquin Balaguer, with U.S. support, emerged victorious. He promised reconciliation and led the nation towards stability. The last OAS peacekeepers left in September 1966, marking the end of foreign intervention. While the intervention ended, its impact on the Dominican Republic was profound. The nation had to rebuild and heal from the scars of war, striving for a future of peace and stability. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Also, check these videos right here for more on Dominican history.